We'll start our next June walk, going up the steps just to have a look at this Draculospermum jasminoides, Star Jasmine, which we've clipped flat against the studio wall in a way we saw it in Spain. You get the benefit of its beautiful scent. Remarkably only 3 years from planting. Well, coming away from it, but before we go into the main garden, just one more thing to show you. Over here, Bertie and his friend Ruby managed to dig up and destroy this lovely little magnolia. Luckily I found another one, actually a rather better specimen. And the scent is lovely. That's quite an appropriate name. Porcelain dove. Making use of the trees around it is the kiwi fruit, Actinidia, and this one is a self-fertile variety. But really I grow it because I love the flowers, which I think are really attractive. I'll show you this interesting arching shrub, which is actually a member of the honeysuckle family. It's called Stewartias crocodhersos. There we are. Another Greek mouthful. Or the golden honeysuckle. The flowers are yellow and they are then followed by little, what look like little gooseberry fruits, which is rather odd. In June, a genus that I really like of shrubs and small trees called Stewartia, either spelt as in Irish stew, S-T-E-W, or in the royal line Stewart, S-T-U. I don't know that it's which one it's supposed to be. Anyway, this one is, I think, an extremely special Stewartia. This is called Stewartia malacodendron. It forms a wide-spreading bush rather than a tree, and its flowers are beautiful and delicate. Passing the last few flowers on Magnolia foggii, allspice, with its spicy aroma. We come up to another lovely Stewartia. This is Stewartia rostrata, with pinkish buds and whitey pink flowers with a little pink blotch, which then go a deeper pink as they mature. And of course, a very good autumn colour. These are members of the camellia family, and they do resemble camellias. I am slightly embarrassed to show you this Stewartia because it's normally covered in flowers, but this year seems to be somewhat sparse. This is Stewartia pseudo-camellia, And you can see the resemblance to camellias. As I've said, the camellia family. It comes from, not only is it summer flowering, but it also, as a bonus, has a very attractive, smooth and flaking trunk, which stands out in the winter, and excellent autumn colour, like most Stewartias. This plant was planted in about 2000 and must be about 10 feet tall. Not a very big tree, but a very good all-rounder. Bertie looking up the tree, hoping to find a squirrel, though you can't climb trees yet. Anyway, I brought you around here just to show you this magnolia that I planted in 1986 for its interest rather than beauty, I would say. It's the very first magnolia hybrid discovered in a tray of seedlings of Magnolia virginiana. It's the Virginian magnolia, 1808, by Mr. Thompson in his nursery at Mile End in London. And it's now called Magnolia thompsoniana. Very ungainly shrub or small tree. The other parent, other than Magnolia virginiana, is not really established, but thought it might be another American magnolia, North American magnolia, Magnolia tripetala. Anyway, it doesn't seem to set seed very easily, and so you can't sow it and see what comes out. Still, there we are. I think its interest value is 10, but its ornamental value is probably 2 or 3, I would guess. Still, there we are, the first hybrid magnolia. We finally put the canvas back on the Turkish tent. It stays stored in winter. And the Turkish tent, of course, is nestling between two very large Turkey oaks, as it happens, which is rather appropriate. The idea is that as you sit in the tent, you see the colourful roses and also more colourful herbaceous plants eventually, with the backdrop of the Photinia hedge. The most successful trial. I've tried all sorts of different hedges there without success, but the Photinia is good and has nice spring colour as well. And behind it, you can sit in the tent and admire the amazing variety of foliage that there is in nature. Oaks, magnolias, maples. Coming around the corner is the large arching bush of Philadelphus microphyllus. This was collected in Mexico by a botanist friend of mine, and it has the most intense smell. The flowers individually are very small, but some of them have got a tiny bit of purple in the middle, like this seedling. Other seedlings have come out totally white. For the size of the flower, the whole effect is quite stunning, and the scent is just overpowering. Related to the Carolina allspice and a hybrid with the Chinese version of the allspice, this is Calycanthus Venus, and there have been many hybrids now developed between the Chinese Calycanthus and the Carolina allspice. And here is the Carolina allspice, the parent of several of these hybrids. On our way to view another hybrid allspice, I see the diorama fairy fishing rods. These are from the Drakensberg Mountains in South Africa. Diorama dracomontanum. And they seed about quite a lot, which is actually very nice. Here we're approaching another hybrid allspice. I think this one very superior model. This one is called Aphrodite. She's beginning to come into flower. And I must say, I think she is rather beautiful, as her name might suggest. Walking through here, I've done rather a lot of clearance. As you can see, I rather slaughtered the Magnolia Susan, because she was reaching right up to the top and you couldn't actually see the flowers. And having cut her back, I now reveal the full extent of Stewartias japonica, a small tree from Japan with fantastic scented hanging bell-like flowers. And it's a plant which you should really grow so that you can look under it to get the benefit of these. And if you are close enough, find a branch which is at nose level, you're in for a treat. Beautiful scent. Well, here is another styrax of a rather weeping, some might say dumpy habit. And this one's got pink flowers called weeping pink chimes, sort of appropriately. So the flowers have now faded to more or less white from their original pink. I have to keep chopping the middle of it so at least we get some flowers visible, otherwise they're all hidden by the foliage. Coming back into the wall garden, I've just got time to show you this rather vigorous shrub against the wall, which is called Cestrum Cretan purple. Cestrum comes from South America. This one's a very vigorous grower and will need a bit of attention. There is a hardier form from Chile called Cestrum parki, which has scented flowers after about 10 o'clock at night. I don't think this one is scented, however, but it makes a good show, and in another 2 or 3 weeks there'll be a white passion flower growing through it. Coming back down the path to the house, I'll just show you this Libertia peregrinans gold leaf, which forms a clump spreading underground. This is a bit I transplanted from elsewhere. Has little white flowers and the gold stripe down the middle of the leaf. Hot, sunny and well drained is what it likes. And back we go.